Hi, my name is Linda Abandeh. I'm reaching out to the Muslim community and anyone that will be willing to help me. I'm going to start either a GoFundMe account or Facebook account. Anyway, this is in regards to the last 16 months I've been fighting for my husband, and I'm still fighting for Mohannad Abanda. And I don't even know where to begin with this story because I'm so stressed out. I have lupus, fibromyalgia, osteoarthritis, degenerative disc disease. My health is really just a mess. I have PTSD and anxiety and depression. And I've just been very traumatized by everything that happened last year on January 8th. So traumatized that every time I drive in the city of Richmond, if a police officer gets near me, I go into a panic attack. And all this happened because on January 8th of 2021, my husband Mohannad and I, we went to Richmond City Police Department to show them video footage of Delante Winston stealing from K Foods. So all this starts back on December 2020. My brother-in-law owned a store in Midlothian called K Foods. And there was a guy coming in there named Delante Winston and a girl named Shadiqu Shabazz, his girlfriend or one of the girls that he tricks out because he has a record of sex trafficking. And during that time, during the month of December 2020, they were stealing from the casino machine. And as they were stealing, my brother in law apparently found out on December 25th. And on the 26th, he talked to the guy, had him come in, and I'm going to show you video footage right now. If it'll come, you can watch. And if you watch this is Delante Winston. It's a short video, but there's one of 15. I have a lot of them. If you watch him, he's reaching down, he's unlocking the machine, and he's stealing. And if you watch, you'll see all that money he takes? And see the girl, Shadiqu? She's trying to block the camera. She doesn't realize she's not doing a very good job of blocking that camera. So this is one of 15 videos. January 8th, we went to the police department because on January 6th of 2021, my brother-in-law was arrested. My husband and I went to the police department to show the police the video footage of Delante and Shadiqu stealing from the store. It was over $15,000 that was stolen. And the day we went there, it was because we assumed that whatever was going on with my brother-in-law being arrested, it had to do with the fact, because of the charges, it had to do with Delante lying. We assumed he lied. So on December 20th, there is so many videos which I have, and I'm waiting on the right reporter to get in touch with me so I can show them. If you look at the video footage on, and I don't know how to do the videos and do this at the same time, but you can see that my husband left I'm trying to find these videos. I'm really not good at this videotaping thing and all this, but I am trying to get my point across to help my husband. My husband's been in jail for 16 months and he was given 2 years because the judge said, Judge Harrison told my husband he really felt my husband didn't have anything to do with the situation, but the jury found him guilty on September. He went to court September 20 and 21 was trial. On the 21st, he was found guilty by a jury, which it was a jury that did not pay any attention to anything. I hired a lawyer, Peter Baruch, that did not give any evidence. 3 of us were subpoenaed to testify. We didn't testify. The jury actually was heard during deliberation for 2 hours after a 2-day trial. They were heard in the room laughing. There was nothing for them to laugh about. So, but if you look at this, this is part of the video that I took a picture. If you look at that time, 23:12, that is exactly 11:12 at night. My husband is leaving the store. So when you watch all the video footage, you'll see that my husband is leaving the store. And if you watch the video footage, the three people that walked away null processed, this is approximately 10 something at night. You'll see Delante Winston walking around the store. He was fine. Whole time my husband was there, this man was fine. I want to show you the video of when they leave the store. So, where is this video? These people, this is 1:45 in the morning. So at 1:45 in the morning, as you see, you'll see these two females, Shantel Burwell, and the girl behind her is her girlfriend, Dashika. You see, 1:45 a.m. My husband left at 11:12, remember? Now, when they leave the store, this right here, 1:45, this is Hussein Madab. This is the girl, Shadiqu. And you see Shantel, all of them, right? All of these people have gone to court and their charges were no processed. And Hussein, he was no process, but he got a simple assault because he's the one that actually beat the guy up. He beat Delante Winston up, but not as bad as the police would have you think. If you look and you see, I have a picture here. So they tried to see that Delante Winston was pistol whipped, right? If I hit you with a gun, then you're going to have marks on your face. Delante Winston was actually arrested on December 30th for sex trafficking, and so was Shadiqu Shabazz. And Shadiqu Shabazz was also charged with identity theft and residing in a bawdy place and possession of marijuana, which they dropped. But the identity theft and residing in a bawdy place, she was found guilty this past January. So that shows you the record that these people have, right? I'm trying to find you the picture if I can find it. If you look up Delante Winston, you will see like he has a record a mile long. Like he's just forever getting in trouble, which I actually have, now that I think about it, I have the picture here. So Delante Winston, the prosecutor got with Delante and Shadiqu and concocted this story, a bunch of lies, bunch of things. And if you look, this, let me see if I can get the date on here. Actually, it was December 31st is when they processed him at 3:08 in the morning. If you look at this, and you can look it up on the computer as well, he was arrested on sex trafficking. Now, if you blow up his picture, you'll see there's no pistol whipped marks on his head. 4 days later now. 4 days later. But yet they say he was hit in the head with a gun. Now, remember, that was after my husband left. Afterwards. So, on January 8th of 2021, me and my husband, we go to the police department on Grace Street. We go there, we talk to Detective DeSalavo, and he tells us Detective O'Brien was in charge of this case. He's not there. He's off. And he keeps telling my husband we should leave. My husband is very adamant about, no, I'm here to help my brother because he's been arrested. And my husband, he didn't know what happened that night. So we stayed there for over 2 hours. While we're there, we show the videos. We tell them this guy stole over $15,000. We also have paper receipts because he did what's called like double dipping. It's where you put the money in the machine and you hit refund, and then you take the receipt up to the cash register and you get your money back. Well, he put the money in the machine like $100, $200, hit refund, goes to the register and gets the money back. But the whole time he's taking the money out of the casino machine, as you saw in the video. Now, while we were at the police station, this is what happened. I'm not going to do this long story. Anyway, while we were there, Detective Russell, he threatened me. He told me, what are you, lady, a fucking lawyer? Cursed at me. He violated the color of law. What color of law means, in case people don't know, it means when you are in a position of authority and you threaten and intimidate someone so bad that you put the fear in them, that you scare them. And that's what he did to me. He violated my rights. He violated me. I left there. I was scared to death. He threatened to arrest me, all because I asked, why are you arresting my husband? They had no reason to arrest my husband. We came to the station to show this guy was lying about what happened that night. And because while my husband was at the store for those 3 hours, and yes, he was at the store, he didn't lie. When the detective showed him the picture of him, he didn't lie. He said, yes, that's me. The reason being is the 3 hours that my husband was at the store, no one laid their hands on Delante Winston. No one. No one. Shadiqu Shabazz, whatever her name is, she actually left with someone else that was never even charged. She's seen going to her apartment, and the reason being is Delante Winston was arrested on November 26, 2020 for racketeering. He told my brother-in-law, don't call the police on me. I'm out on bond. They'll put me back in jail, and just let me pay the money back. Let me make calls. So the whole time he was there, he was making phone calls, trying to get the money. He actually even had one of his other females that he sex traffics, because that's what he does for a living. If you look him up, he actually had her come and bring money, and he had the girl Shadiqu go to the ATM machine, which they twisted that around in court, said she was made to do it against her will, which is the lie. They were trying to get the money back because they knew we had videos for them. Where is this other female? Sorry about all this. It's just I've taken a lot of pictures of things and I can't find it. Here it is. So this girl right here, she comes. One of his other prostitutes right here. I don't know her name. I want to say that's probably Brianna, because I was told by someone that there was a girl named Brianna that showed up that night. So that's probably her. And she comes and brings money because he's trying to pay the $15,000 because he don't want to go to prison. So anyway, so back to the day that we went to the police department. Detective Russell was found guilty. And if you'll see, I attached the document showing it's from Richmond City Police Department, Internal Affairs Division. If you read right here, it says substantiated. What that means is Detective Russell was found guilty. He was found guilty of misconduct. He was found guilty of violations of the color of law. He violated the color of law. He threatened me. He cussed at me. He did things that no police officer should do, to the fact that to this day I'm still traumatized by it. I still cannot go out and live my life like a normal person should. Also, now, Detective Eric O'Brien, which has quit his job mysteriously, probably because he knows he's a liar and he lied about this whole situation with my husband. And just for the record, Mohannad Abanda, if you look him up, Mohannad Abandeh. Mohannad Abanda has never been in trouble, never had a speeding ticket, was working 7 days a week, supporting his mother. His father died 3 years to the day that he was arrested last year. And he has supported his mother and two younger siblings in Jordan since then, and before then as well. And so my husband really had no life. His only friend is me. We don't drink, we don't do drugs, we just work, we support our families, we help other people. Mohannad is a really, really good person, and to be incarcerated is a disgrace to this government. So Mohannad, Detective O'Brien, on January 8th, He falsely arrested my husband. There was no charges, there was no warrant. No one involved in this case has ever said anything about Mohannad. As a matter of fact, while we were at the station, I heard someone yelling in the other room, and I believe that person was probably Anthony Vaughn. He was someone else that took a plea deal. There was 3 people that took plea deals. One took a 5-year plea deal, one took 2 years. And they really shouldn't have, because this so-called alleged torture video, which the court cases are over, and so now I can show people the truth. The truth can come out now, because God says the truth will set you free, and that's what we need here. We need the truth. We need the truth to come out. And if you watch this video, what do you see? You see a man sitting in his boxer shorts. That's it. This is the video. That's his girlfriend beside him. You see that? That's Shadiqu sitting beside him. And I'm not going to say that what these people did to him is right. It wasn't. 2 wrongs don't make a right, but what the police have done is they have lied, and they have made this into like a movie, into a story, and it's wrong. It's disgraceful that my husband is sitting in jail. And this video I want to show you. Shadiqu Shabazz was not even in the store. She left. Not sure about what time, without having to go back through the videos. But where is the video? She did leave with a group of people that weren't even charged. The one guy I have talked to, I know him from Southside. He wasn't even charged with anything. And he's the one that actually took the girl to the apartment to get money. And you can hear them in the video. You hear her laughing. When he tells her, you gave me the wrong phone number, she laughs and she says, "Oh, my bad," and then gives him the right phone number. If you look at this, well, wait a minute, not that one. Hold on, 11:55. That was the second time she came back. For some reason, she came back, she left, and came back again. But here we go. It's this one. So if you see, look at the time. You see the time? 23:18. That's 11:18. That's 11:18. But a detective, it was detective in court. Where's that paper? I can tell you the names of all these corrupt cops. Detective, what was his name? I want to say it was Detective Peck. It was either Officer James Peck or Detective Sergeant Brian Hickson. One of the two of them testified in court that video I showed you of Delante, it started at 11:17. Well, how could you see right here, 11:18? That's the time she's walking back in, and then she leaves and comes back again at 11:55. If that's at 11:18, then how in the world? Where's the video? Then somebody please tell me, which video is that? It's him leaving. Then somebody tell me, how is this video that she's in? Oh, here we go. This video. How is she in this video at 11:17 is what they testified. That's 11:18 or later, right? She walks in the door at 11:18. 11:18. How's she standing here at 11:17? They tried to say that my husband left 7 minutes before this video, and there's no way that he could have not known something was going to happen. That's the craziest bullshit I've ever heard. Because think about it. So let's say you're at work and your coworkers there and other people, and you leave work and you go home, and your coworker 7 minutes later or 8 minutes later, let's give them their 7 minutes. Let's say that you leave and go home, and 7 minutes after you've left in your car, and my husband is seen in his car leaving, He's seen leaving at 11:12. I showed you him walking out. This is him walking out the door, being outside, which they did time lapse the inside videos, but they forgot about the outside ones. There he is. He's walking out. He's leaving. And if you watch the videos, most of the time he was outside. He was on the phone with me all night because I was calling him all night. And so I was talking to him. So if the detectives say she was back there when this happened, then how is it she walks in the door at 11:18? If you're at work and you leave and go home, and one of your coworkers gets mad and hits one of your other coworkers or someone that's there that they're mad at, and they charge you like you knew. You don't know when somebody's going to lose their temper and get mad and do something to somebody. You have no way to predict that unless God gives you that prediction, in your head. But what I want people to know is what's happening in this court, what's happening in this city. So, on my brother-in-law's bond hearing on January 26th, Prosecutor Alvin Williams made this statement. He is notified. He arrives at the store with a large number of people. Now, the majority of them are from the neighborhood and what I might call Muslims. And then he says, but you can tell that there are Muslims right there. Here you go. You want to read it? Can you read it? That's the transcript. Just so you know, right here. There it is. This is a transcript, original document from the courts. So what I'd like you all to know right now is about Senator Hashmi. Let's get on that subject. I emailed Senator Hashmi. There you go. You see? That's Senator Hashmi, Gulaza Hashmi. This is what she says to me. Hello, Linda. I have spoke with the Commonwealth Attorney's Office yesterday. Apparently, the comments you have cited are in dispute. The Commonwealth Attorney's Office has indicated, which is Colette McEachin, that Mr. Williams did not make those statements. If you have a record of the transcripts that confirm the comments were made during the trial, we can proceed further. Without verification in writing, in the written transcripts, we cannot do anything. There's her name right there, Gulaza Hashmi. She wanted the transcripts because Colette McEachin told this office, and they quoted me, her chief of staff, June, said that Colette McEachin said there was no court reporter ever in the court on that date, January 26, 2021. No court reporter, and that her prosecutor never made that statement. Well, I just showed you, where is it? That her prosecutor, Alvin Williams, and here's the evidence. Alvin Williams, Leonard McCall was my brother-in-law's lawyer at the time. So you see, Alvin Williams, he was the prosecutor. And Alvin Williams made Islamophobia statements right there in court. Muslims. Read it. Muslims. That's Islamophobia. It's religious discrimination. And it's ethics violations. And he's getting by with it. Now, after I give her the evidence. Unfortunately, I don't live in her district, but, well, I don't know if it's unfortunate or not, because obviously she's a fake Muslim. So, because the reason I say that is because I'm going to read you this email she sent me, and I'm going to show it to you. So, I gave her what she wanted. I gave her the evidence. Then she emails me, Linda, I have spoken to the office, the Commonwealth Attorneys. I have spoken to the office of the Commonwealth Attorney in Richmond, and I am satisfied that the legal process has followed its due course in the case of your husband. I will be taking no further actions. I ask that you stop calling and emailing my office. Our constituent services are focused on the constituents in my district, and I understand that you are not a resident in SD10. Please work with your attorney to address any ongoing legal concerns. Senator Hashmi, Gulaza Hashmi. So here you go. There's the proof. I highlighted it. I ask that you stop calling and emailing my office. This is a senator that I pay taxes to. My taxes, my husband's taxes. We pay for her to be a senator. She represents herself as a Muslim woman that's a senator that stands up for her own community. She's a liar. That's a lie. Because she has, as you see, done nothing about the Islamophobia statements that were made in this case. Now, let's get to the trial. On the day in question, the trial, September 2021, hired Peter Baruch. Please don't hire Peter Baruch because he will just try to get you to plea deal. On the date that I hired him. So, on trial, September 2021, there was a person that was involved in this, the female that I showed you, Shantel Burwell. This woman was involved, and I showed you to the very end. She walked out that door at 1:48 in the morning with her girlfriend and my brother-in-law, and my brother-in-law was involved in this. So he's guilty. My brother-in-law is guilty. But this guy right here, Hussein Madab, he walked away. Only a simple assault. And he's the one that beat the guy up. He's the one that got mad because he was involved with stealing the money, it turns out. And because he didn't get his money, he walked away. Now, let's see. What time is this? This is 9:56. Let's see. I'm trying to think. 20:56. So if you look, they acted like from the minute Delante walked in, he was under abduction. He was being assaulted. If you read what they said in court, the lies. Look at this. 10:56. Right? That's what let me think. 12, 13, 14, 18, 19, 20. So 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That would be 9:56, I'm assuming. Yeah, almost 10 o'clock. 10 p.m. Does he look beat up? No. He's walking around the store. Walking around the store. He's not beat up. But yet they said in court that he was beat up from the very first minute. That he was in there yelling and all that. No. It's a lie. Shantel Burwell testified in my husband's trial. Please tell me I highlighted her stuff. Here we go. So I'm not going to read her whole testimony, but I'm going to read you part of it on the transcripts. Are you familiar? Do you see anyone in this room that was in the store that day? Yeah. This is Shantel. Then the other was the prosecutor, Alvin Williams. Yeah, his brother. But when I got there, he was sitting in the front. When I first got there, he was sitting in the chair by the slot machines. He was sitting right there. So the question, please point out the brother if you could to the jury. She says right there. I'm going to not read all this, everything, because it's kind of a waste. So, Mr. Williams says, you said when you first got there, he was by a gaming machine. She said, yeah, he was sitting in the front, like literally in the front of the store, because that's where he stayed. Nothing was going on when my husband was there. This woman testified. Let me see. I'm trying not to have to read all this to you because it's a lot of just back and forth. She said on here, I went to work. I was working at Lakewood Retirement Community. I went in at 7. I got off at 3. Being where I was working at, it takes roughly about 40 minutes from my house to anywhere over there because that's where I live at in Southside. But when I got there, I didn't see him go in the back or none of that. I see him sitting in the chair. She also testifies. Let's see. All right. It was a lot of back and forth, but basically this person testified and the prosecutor was pushing her to lie. He was trying to make her lie. And when she came out of the courtroom, she told us that. She said the prosecutor wants me to lie against your husband and I can't do it. He wasn't there. He left. She says, and he asked her, and is that the beginning? Is that near the end? When were you hearing? She said near the end. So he was asking her about a cry, and she keeps telling him near the end. Well, that's because when this assault happened to him, it was towards the end of the night. She was there at 1:48 in the mornings when she walked out the door. She says on he's his question near the end. She says it won't in the beginning. That they was talking and stuff. And she goes on to talk about like they were just talking. And she says, let's see. I'm trying to find the transcript. Here we go. Okay, so here we go. This is what I want to show you. Because this is like hundreds and hundreds of pages. So here's what is. Okay, what about the defendant? He's asking, so the question was, okay, was the store owner in the room? She said, yeah, the store owner was in the front with me. And he said, in the store at all? And she said, who, Mohammed? And he said, yes. And she said, yes, he was there. Talking about my brother-in-law. He says, what about the defendant? This is my husband. She says, not him. Talking about in the back. He said, no, this was after the fact. Hold on. God jumped ahead of myself. She says, okay, he said, what about the defendant? She said, not him. The prosecutor said, where was he? She said, he left. And the prosecutor says, at the time of the screening, she says very clearly, yeah, he was not there. Read it. My husband was not there when all that happened. So he says, this is my lawyer, Mr. Vaccinated. Julian Vaccinated was with Peter Baruch. And Julian did try, but Peter, he was a waste of money. He asked, so I just want to clarify a few things. So you got there around 8 p.m. Is that what you said? She said roughly, yeah. Okay. And it wasn't until about 10 p.m. So you had already been there about 2 hours until you started hearing yelling or something like that. Yes. That's what she says. Then he says, it seemed like normal business operations for at least those first few 2 hours or so. She said, yes. And let's see, he said, okay, and by the time you started like hearing weird noises and stuff, there was still actually customers conducting business, buying things, correct? She said, yes. He said, up until about 11, there's still customers purchasing drinks and food and whatever. She said, yes. And so, all right, he says, and whenever you're hearing those noises or whatever, you could you could see that Mohannad was still in the front in the same area as you. She said, yes, yes. He said, okay, he didn't go back there. She said, no, I didn't see with my eyes. I didn't see him go in the back. She's saying that. And then he says, okay, you also didn't go there to see what was going on in there. She said, no, it wasn't none of my business. So I wouldn't have did it. I didn't go back there to try to see what was going on. And so then the lawyer asked, my lawyer, and he left pretty early in the night, correct? She said, yes, he left early. You see that? Yes, he left early. And he says around 11 or 12. Does that sound about right? You saw in the video, he left at 11:12. Exactly. It wouldn't necessarily have been the exact time. She said right about that time, but I know he won't there when all that stuff was going on. I didn't see him go in the back. When I seen him, he was going out the door because he said he had to go home to get ready for work in the morning. Then he said, my lawyer asked, you stayed much longer at the store beyond when he already left, correct? She said, meaning yes. And he said, you were there until like the last time, which is like 1:45 or something in the morning. Does that sound about right? She said, yes, that sounds about right. As you see. So the whole point of this whole situation, like, it's disgusting. Here's more questions for her. But Mohannad was not there, the lawyer said. She says, no, he wasn't there. Question: once he left the store, you'd never seen or heard at all from him? She said, no. Once he left, he was gone. We didn't see him no more after that. He left out of the store. My lawyer actually had to say something to the judge because the prosecutor was pushing her so hard. And the lawyer says to the judge that he's trying to impeach his own witness. This prosecutor wanted my husband so bad because when he made the statements in court about Muslims, I immediately filed with the Virginia Bar Association for Islamophobia statements, for religious discrimination, for ethics violations. Virginia Bar Association did absolutely nothing. What has happened to me and my husband is a disgrace. In 2019, my husband's cousin was killed in that same store. November, it was November of 2019. 1 week. Okay, so let's go back to 2018. My father-in-law dies in 2018, January 8th, 2018. 2019 comes around. My son-in-law commits suicide. My son-in-law served this country in Afghanistan. He was on the front lines. His platoon was hit. He had to pick up friends' body parts. He couldn't handle that. He lived with that for many years. He committed suicide in 2019. Then a week later, my husband's cousin, someone steals from the store. He gets kicked out. He comes back. He opens the door. If you look in November in the news, it was like last week of November, first week of December, Ashraf Mahassis. The guy comes in, opens the door, and shoots Ashraf dead in the chair in that same store, K Foods on Midlothian Turnpike. All within a week apart. Guy steals the cash register tray thing, whatever, the cash register, and takes off the drawer. The police, the jail, let this person out on bond 3 days after he did what he did. Now remember, he's killed at the store. My family members call the police and ask the police to protect the store, to stay outside, to watch the store. This isn't all, I don't want to say black area, but that's what it is. It's a project area. It's a neighborhood that's full of crime, a high crime area. Let's call it that, because I don't want to sound racist. That's not my intention as well. But people know in the project areas, in the hood neighborhoods, as they call them, there's a high crime level. Okay, and that's where this store is. The guy killed Ashraf, and the jail lets the guy out 3 days later. And then when we call the police, they only stay 1 day and only for a few hours to watch the store. This guy's found 3 days later around the store. So that's 2019. Here comes 2020. This guy, Delante Winston, as you saw in the video, he's stealing. He steals $15,000, and we have the evidence. My brother-in-law has a lot of friends in the neighborhood. Yes, he knows the neighborhood. They all come there. They get their account where they can get stuff and put it on an account, whatever. He's not trying to put this guy in jail and not get his money because the guy's saying, let me get the money for you. Think about it. If you're going to call the police on somebody and they go to jail, you're not going to get your money. The police aren't going to come anyway, because honestly, Richmond City Police don't give a shit about whether you're black, white, Hispanic, Arabic. They just don't care. The majority of them, not all, there's a few good ones. I'm going to give it to a few of you. You're great. Anthony Franklin, Melvin Mayo, y'all are great. You're great officers. You're godly is why. Captain Marty Harrison with IED, he retired. He was great. He was the man of God. I felt it talking to him. But the majority of Richmond City Police, as we saw the lady in Family Dollar that got beat up, Officer Lang beat Miss Nelson up, and the woman didn't even steal anything. It's been almost 2 months, and she's still not been charged with anything. And Officer Lang still has his job, whereas Miss Nelson, the school put her on leave because he falsely accused her of assaulting him. Really, come on. You weigh 500 pounds. You fell on her. You hit your head. Sorry, lose some weight. It's disgusting what Richmond City Police are getting by with. And this woman is a school teacher, no work, and she's not getting paid for being out on leave until this case is over with for her. It's sad. Let's get back to our story. So, here's my husband. That night, his brother calls him, come to the store, we're going to call the police. My husband had just worked like a 13, 14-hour shift. He was exhausted. He goes in at 6 o'clock in the morning. He arrives at the store. It was 8 o'clock at night when he got there. And so he's pretty tired. He just left work. And when he gets there, he doesn't realize all these other people are going to be there. He's just as much. My husband is the only victim of that night. The only victim. Let me say that again. Mohannad Abanda is the only victim from December 20, 2020, or December 26, excuse me. Delante and Shadiqu, they were stealing. They were lying. Detective O'Brien has lied because Delante Winston was an informant for this man. If you look up Detective O'Brien's history, he's got charges that were taken on him before for his corruption, the way he does things. He was digging in a trash can illegally to get evidence a long time ago for somebody about drugs, which I want the drugs off the street. Yeah, but you still got to do things by the book. Also, how he went to school and got an associate's degree. No, wait a minute, a master's degree. He went to the University of Richmond, I believe it was, and got a master's degree in like marketing or accounting or something. And then boom, that year he becomes a police officer. Really? Okay. Whole point is Mohannad goes to the store thinking, okay, there's this thief. The last person in his family that had a thief in the store shot and killed his cousin. So he goes to the store so they can call the police. He doesn't want his brother there alone. He doesn't know all these other people are there. He don't know that. That's my brother-in-law. They're like day and night. They live a different lifestyle. They're very different. Mohannad is a very sweet, innocent person. He's someone that doesn't drive on the interstate because he gets scared. He's someone that just focuses on working and taking care of his family. The 3 hours he was in that store, nothing happened to Delante Winston. But Delante lied in court because Alvin Williams made a motion to deal with him. If you lie against this man, not only will your racketeering charges go away, but your sex trafficking charges will go away from December 31st, which was 5 days later. But technically, it was 4 days. He was arrested on the 30th. They just processed him on the 31st. And not only that, you get to keep the $15,000 and not be charged. Wouldn't you lie? Who wouldn't lie? Who wouldn't lie if you're going to get all these charges dropped off and you don't go to prison? Now, if you look up Delante Winston's record, in 2015 and 16, he was arrested on the same charges: abduction, aiding in the prostitution of a minor. Wait a minute. In 2015 and 16, his record's so long, it's hard to keep up with it. Statutory robbery, forced abduction. He has a record a mile long. This was in 15 and 16 in Henrico and in Richmond. Now, if there's any judges, if y'all can get this to a judge in Henrico County, Henrico County puts this man on a 10-year probation. Richmond City puts this man on a lifetime probation. 15 and 16. He goes to the prison and he's in the prison. When he gets out in 2018, then in 2019, he's arrested again and found guilty of aiding in the prostitution of a minor. Aiding in the prostitution of a minor is a serious charge. They don't do anything. He should have been show-caused. He should have been put back in the prison in 2019. Somebody please tell me why this guy keeps getting off all these charges. Then in 2020, he goes to my brother-in-law's store and he's stealing again. He was stealing from Rosie's, is what he told people that night. the casino place on Midlothian. They never knew who he was. They couldn't get the information, so they just changed their locks and didn't charge him or whatever because they didn't know who he was. And I'm just, it's disgusting at what is happening in Richmond City. They're allowing this man to keep breaking the law and not doing anything. They have an innocent man that's been sitting in jail for 16 months. At 11:12 p.m., Mohannad Abanda leaves the store and goes home. And we have evidence of it. The whole time he was at the store for those 3 hours, I was on the phone back and forth with him because he was supposed to have been coming home to dinner, and it was also the day after Christmas, and I wanted to spend time with him. We haven't lied about anything. We've not lied about a single thing. During that time, was he staying at his brother's apartment? His brother had been evicted and he had to get an apartment in his name for his brother. And I was upset about it. At that time in October of 2020, I had moved into this house. He got the apartment for his brother, and I told him, stay with your brother because I'm tired of fighting over his brother all the time. We didn't live together, but we were still together. We didn't lie about that. And I have evidence on Facebook Messenger screenshots that shows that I video talked with him. I was on the video talking to him while he was in the bed that night. He was home by 11:26. We have evidence that we were on the phone on video talking. He was in the bed. My lawyer, Peter Baruch, he gave no evidence. He didn't give the judge anything. Nothing. The prosecutor showed the jury a video. The video shows my husband locks the door at 7:54 and then stops. He looks at the jury and says, "Who is that you see lock the door?" Why didn't Peter Baruch speak up and say, "Wait a minute, keep that video going"? Because at 7:55, my husband walks over and unlocks that door, and customers come in. And customers are in and out the store the whole night. The whole night. Let's see, where are they? The whole night. The whole time my husband's there. Customers are in and out this store. But yet, there's supposedly stuff going on, right? The store is not that big. That store is maybe that store is, I would say, if at most 300 square feet, if that, because I know because of the size of my house. Let's see here. I'm trying to find the customers. They made this story out to be just that, something like a movie of lies. And where is this? It's all because Mohannad is Muslim. And if he wasn't Muslim and I hadn't filed with the Virginia Bar Association, then what time was that? If I hadn't filed against Alvin Williams with the Virginia Bar, he wouldn't have gone after my husband. If you watch even right here, this video, look at that. It's in the morning, like 1 something. Hussein Madab, Shantel Burwell, both of them. Look at her walking. Don't she have a gun? Yeah, she has a gun. Do you know she got no processed? Hussein Madab right there. This is at 1 something in the morning. Right? Yeah. 12:27. Look at the date on the thing and the time. It's 1 something. She's walking around with the gun and he's there. 1 something in the morning. Why were they no processed? Why was an innocent man that left at 11:12 at night charged and found guilty? Look, watch this one. Look at this. They're escorting someone out, which I believe they're escorting Delante. It's either Delante or someone else, but look at them. Right there. Why are they free? Why are they no processed? Why is my husband in jail after 16 months? Here we go. As you see, customers in the store. Customers are in the store. This is 11:06. This is the last customer. You see who's there? Shantel, which she testified my husband left. He left at 11:12. It's actually, oh, wait a minute. 11:07, he's still there. It was a little bit later. He walked out the door at 11:07. Look. Oh, and they said that the last customer didn't leave. Yes, he did. It's right there. Look. He's walking out the door. 11:07. And the video stops at 11:08 on the inside of the store. They stopped the video at 11:08. But when it picked back up, it was 11:18. Where did that 10 minutes go? How did the police do that? How did they time lapse it? And then look who walks in at 11:18. And the torture video, they said at 11:17. 7 minutes after, let's see, 11:17. So 5 minutes, they say, after my husband left, which was actually later. So the whole point of this video is I want you to, let me see if this is the video I want to play. No mark on his head. There's no. Hold on a minute. No mark on his head. Stopped at 11:18. 18. Like if you watch the store video, stopped at 11:18. He called me when he got back. I know there's no way, no mark on his back going down and. I was in the bed by 9:30. Yeah, I figured that video going when you put 10 minutes on this video. Remember, they said that. I have videos of these girls stating that Mohannad was not involved as well. I have recordings, but what I want to show you is what my husband is going through. He's getting worse, and it's not good. I'm worried about him. When he first went in, 16 months of being an animal in a cage when you did absolutely nothing. They lied. They said he was carrying a gun. And if you look, this is at 8:45. He's outside. That's not a gun. It's a freaking telephone. Because we were talking the whole night. Because I was calling him the whole night. And I just want people to realize what's going on in Richmond City. The corruption is disgusting. There's Mohannad again. That was about probably maybe April, May. And I'm trying to find. I know this is a long video, and I'm sorry. I didn't want to make it this long. Where's the video? I actually have a video I want to play. I want people to realize that it doesn't matter your religion. What matters is innocence. And my husband is someone who's been in jail 16 months. He's innocent. Oh, I know where the video is. I'm sitting here looking for something, and I know exactly where it is. It's on YouTube. I want you to see exactly what my husband is going through.
I'm not asleep. Like, I'm just dreaming bad, all bad dreams. I don't know, it's just for Halloween, or I don't know, I'm not asleep. Like, I'm just dreaming bad, all bad dreams. I don't know, it's just for Halloween, or I don't know, What are you dreaming? I don't know, like, it's just like a dream. Like, I never dreamed like that before.
It's like a ghost in this video.
You never dreamed. Always I ask you, never have dreams before. Every night. It's bad dreams. Like, I'm everywhere. Like, I don't know. Like, it's just dreams. Like, it's a lot of dreams. And all of them bad dreams. And I never had those. I never dreamed before. I can't sleep. And at the same time, I didn't do nothing. No, but I was home asleep. I know, baby. I didn't know. We're gonna keep fighting. We're gonna get you home. And then they're gonna pay for what they've done. They're gonna pay. Every day that we've suffered, we're gonna sue them and they're gonna pay. Just keep your faith in God. Keep your faith in God. That's not right. It wasn't that serious. Like, you can't tell it wasn't that serious. Like, you see me how I'm moving, how I'm talking, how I'm smoking cigarette. Like, you know, it's not that. It's nothing going on. Like, it wasn't that bad. Somebody. I don't know why they took it apart like that after I left. That's not right. Well, your brother should have came forward and told the truth. That's what should have happened. I told you for 6 years your brother he's not like you. He don't care.
That's my husband, Mohannad Abanda. That's an innocent man that's been in jail for 16 months. We've appealed. We've lost everything. It's cost me $37,000 in lawyers, and I owe her $5,000 more. And I've had to stop taking care of my mother-in-law because my husband took care of my mother-in-law since his father died. And I took over the responsibility of that. I've had to stop. I haven't worked since June 30th of last year. Previously, the last 2 years, I worked for the government on COVID as an epidemiologist. My health has gotten too bad. I've been very sick because of my lupus. My mental state is not good. I'm doing really good to make this video and not cry because I'm tired of crying. I'm asking everybody out there, please, I'm begging you. Mohannad Abandeh, he's a good man. Very good man. He loves to fish. He doesn't drink. He doesn't smoke drugs, marijuana. He does smoke cigarettes. Well, he hasn't in a year and a half. Hopefully, inshallah, he won't when he comes home. He plays skee ball. On a Friday night, we went to Chuck E. Cheese because we don't drink. And so what did we do? We go to Chuck E. Cheese. And they serve alcohol, we found out. Mohannad Abandeh. He's not a criminal. He's an innocent man that's sitting in jail, that doesn't deserve to be in there, that's never hurt anyone. Mohannad Abandeh, someone that came here from Jordan to take care of his family, to make a good life for his family, to just be happy. And he's sitting in jail because Detective Eric O'Brien lied. He brought us into this. Colette McEachin lied to Senator Hashmi. She told her there was no reporter, that her prosecutor never made Islamophobia statements. I've shown you that. I've shown you all the evidence. Their own witness, Shantel Burwell, which was guilty, walked away, no process, testified that Mohannad wasn't involved, that he left before anything happened. This is Mohannad Abanda, the real Mohannad Abanda. That says I love you in Arabic.
I never had no one that I could count on. I've been let down so many times. I was tired of hurting, so tired of searching, till you walked into my life. It was a feeling I'd never known. For the first time, I didn't feel alone. You're more than another. There can never be another. Make me feel the way you do. Oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over. Every time I look at you, I don't know where I'd be without you here with me. Life with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend. You're my best friend. You stand by me and you believe in me like nobody ever has. When my world goes crazy, you're right there to save me. You make me see how much I have. I still tremble when we touch. I know the look in your eyes when we make love. You're more than another. There can never be another. Make me feel the way you do. Oh, we just get closer. I fall in love all over. Every time I look at you, I don't know where I'd be without you here with me. Life with you makes perfect sense. You're my best friend. Ooh, you're my best friend.
Mohannad Abandeh, an innocent man that's been incarcerated for 16 months, all because he's Muslim. I'm Linda Abandeh, his wife. He's my heart, my soul, my best friend. And I'm going to fight until he comes home. So if you can help me, please. Doesn't matter about the religion part. I'm Christian, he's Muslim, but we both love God. We love each other and we love God. And I need to bring him home. Thank you. Have a blessed day. God bless you all. And salam alaikum.